So I've been walking through the town of Duncannon this morning for over a mile by now. It's been pretty nice before the rocks come back. My stay at Kind of Outdoorsy was fine. It was nice. This morning, it's so tough trying to determine when to get up in a bunk room. It's like you want to wait for the other people to start rustling, but at the same time they're waiting for people to start rustling. So who's gonna rustle first? But when I got off my bunk, that's when the rustling began. So didn't feel too bad about that afterwards. But I think we're gonna cross a couple bridges on our way out of town before we start what's like a 2-mile climb up an insane amount of elevation. And it's supposed to thunderstorm tonight, so I will likely be stopping at the shelter in, at this point, 10 miles. I will be staying in the shelter because I don't want to deal with thunderstorms if I don't have to. I was going to get to that shelter tonight and see how I was feeling, see if I could do a couple more miles to a campsite, but the weather report for the shelter says thunderstorms tonight, so we're gonna take our chances in the shelter. I gotta cross the street. Okay. Take our chances in the shelter tonight. And tomorrow, the next shelter is gonna be 18 miles from where I'm staying tonight. The farthest I've gone is 14.6. I talked to a southbounder this morning and he said it's pretty cruisy along the ridgeline. Not a lot of rocks. But again, tomorrow there's lots of campsites in between where I'm staying tonight and the next shelter in 18 miles, so we'll see how I'm feeling when I get to the last campsite. And I also have to base a lot of this on water. I have too much food, and I've got 2 liters of water, and I filled up my Gatorade that I bought yesterday. Filled that up with water also. I didn't have any coffee this morning. Thought about it. There was a Keurig, but I really wanted the coffee shop next door. I really wanted a latte, so I just didn't bother with anything. If I can't have what I want, I'm not gonna have anything at all. I think this is the Susquehanna. Pretty sure. Yeah, we're gonna cross all this to go back up into that. Actually, there's a power line. There's a power line up at the top there. I actually think we're gonna be crossing where that power line is at the top. Because I saw in somebody's pictures a picture of a power line, and that's the only one I see right now, and it is, yeah, it's a couple mile climb up there. It's like 1,400 feet of elevation gain, something like that. But let me finish enjoying this road walk with a heavy pack before I start climbing and become miserable. I don't want to have another midday meltdown, but I'm going to have a couple of days off in a few days, so let the meltdowns come if they need to come. Whatever gets me through the next few days. I really hope this train doesn't start moving, but it's covering the trailhead, so we have to walk on the side of it. Almost further. Fingers crossed it doesn't move. We've got rock slabs to go over for the next little bit. If this is the entire ridge, I will cry. I will certainly cry. And it's really foggy today, so there isn't much of a view, but there's water over there and a bridge and some houses. But yeah, I'm gonna deal with this nonsense and try not to cry. It's gotta stop soon. I'm less than a mile from the shelter. If this is my whole day, that's fine, because I've only got 6 miles to where I'm staying tonight. But it'll be a rough 6 miles if this is the case. Ay, caramba. This is making going into town on Thursday a lot more attractive than staying out through Friday, but we'll see. I made it to the power lines, and I walked from all the way down there this morning, that bridge. I crossed that bridge, and I saw these power lines from that bridge. Whew. All right. Keep going. I was wrong when I said I was less than 6 miles away from the shelter before. I sat down a few minutes ago and checked far out, and it was 6.7 from the Clark's Ferry shelter. So, still likely 6 miles away. It's just about 10 o'clock, and a little slow going on the rock scramble before, so it slowed me down a bit. Took a break. So give myself, I mean, I have the rest of the day, but I'd like to be at the shelter by 2 o'clock. That's 4 hours to go, about 6 miles, plenty of time. Unless there's nonsense rock scrambling, then I'm gonna have a lot of words with the trail. Hopefully it stays like this. The Sobo I talked to this morning said it was pretty cruisy. There's also a Blue Blaze. If you're going southbound, there's a Blue Blaze that goes directly into town. It bypasses a mile or so of the AT. So I was talking to the Sobo this morning, and he said that he took the Blue Blaze, so he doesn't know what the AT looks like for that section. Well, guess what? It was that nonsense rock scramble. So he didn't scramble, but he did say the Blue Blaze was very steep downhill. So we'll keep going. Staying at the shelter tonight. It's 2 stories. And the guy who's here offered to go get water, so I gave him all my stuff to get water because it's 0.2 miles away and it's 300 steps down. It's very steep. I've got some nice views of the valley out there. There's a bear box. I haven't set my stuff up yet, but I'm just sitting next to all my junk. Not my junk, my necessities. I'm carrying too much. Gotta get rid of some more stuff. My feet hurt. The rocks were brutal today. We're gonna examine life choices tomorrow and see what we're gonna do. Got a plan A and a plan B. So we'll see. That'll close it out. I don't think anything else is gonna happen. It's 2:30 and it's gonna thunderstorm tonight. So although it is very nice out, beautiful hiking weather, I'm not gonna be caught sleeping on a ridge, possibly exposed, in a thunderstorm. It doesn't sound like a good party to me. Feels like it's gonna rain. It's windy. That's all. Bye.
Okay, that sounds like it's a bunk bed that has
Home for the night.
that place you go.